I'm back. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Yes, I am back. Yes. I know it's been a while since I posted a video, but I had to take a break from my 30-day challenge. If it's your first time here or you're seeing me for the first time, because I know I've had a lot of new subscribers since I last posted, so welcome to my channel. I am Sassy Funke. I'm a Nigerian travel and lifestyle vlogger and blogger. Expect to see on my thing, travel content, all that jazz, yeah. If you're new, subscribe, give this video a thumbs up anyway, you know, and let's get to it. So this is a great video actually because it's my first, I call it a Snapchat Q&A, but it's really a Q&A from like my Instagram, from my Facebook, everything all jumbled together. And I really hope you guys, you know, enjoy it because it's my first one and you really get to know a little bit more about me. So I got a question about my travel edits. I edit pictures on Instagram. Like, how do you make your pictures sharp and clear like the ones on your Instagram page? I use two main apps. I have a lot of apps, but my two main apps that I use from currently, I use Facetune and I use Visco, right? Those are my two go-to apps. I don't even use the Instagram edits anymore. So maybe I'll do a tutorial on how I do that at some point, but yes, Facetune and Visco. Okay, what is it like being a travel blogger? It's like being like an entrepreneur, you know, it's like a 24-hour work. It's like being your own boss and you have to find ways to make your own money. No one's paying you. 9 to 5, no, it's not 9 to 5, it's like 9 to 9 every day. So it can be a very lonely process, but if you actually enjoy travel and it's really your passion, it comes easier because social media management is a lot of work, creating content of value is a lot of work, you know, reaching out to collaborate with brands, creating value as in trying to source value from your content is a lot of work. So it's a lot of work, but exciting if you're passionate about it. Who pays the bill? I assume you're asking who pays for the trips. It really depends, to be honest. For me, I pay for most of my trips because a lot of my trips is not really because I'm going for the blog. It's because maybe I'm going for meetings, or when I was studying, I had to work school in France. I was traveling a lot. I was in Asia because of school, so I traveled because of that. So for me, it was a byproduct of those activities. Sometimes my friends like you know, they give me free trips places, so yes, I take that too. So, but bear in mind that when it comes to hotels, I do reach out to a lot of brands when I'm traveling to actually for them to sponsor hotels because they most likely will, as long as you feature them on your Instagram or you create like good content of value for them on your blog. Yes. So what kind of organizations can one target as sponsors for such kind of work? To be honest, the biggest one is tourism boards. Like tourism boards, this is what they do. They take people, influencers, to their countries to explore. So they definitely are one. I think hotels, airlines, just anyone across that whole value chain you can target. Anybody that you feel can get some sort of value from collaborating with you. Yes, I hope that helps. Do you write your own content? sassyfunke.com travel content 100% by me. My posts on Instagram, my captions 100% by me. My YouTube channel, I would say 99% is produced and edited by me, like fully. That 1%, when I'm so tired and I feel like, you know what, I can't do, I just give someone else to edit it for me. But I like editing my content because I know the feel and look I want to go for. And most times when I get somebody else to edit it, Sassy Funke doesn't come out, doesn't translate in it. So I actually like editing myself. But I need to learn how to do it better. How about visas? How easy does that work out? I assume you're asking because I'm Nigerian that how easy is it for me to get visas to travel to places? The truth is, you know, the Nigerian passport restricts where you can go a lot, and a lot of embassies reject like applications for visas a lot from Nigerian passport holders. Luckily for me, I have two passports. So I'm Nigerian, but I'm also British. But this has not always been the case. I only became British 3 years ago. And the truth is, I've been traveling long before that. So I had to deal with the stress of like queuing up, paying so much money for visa. But, you know, I did it because I was so passionate about traveling and seeing places. But I think it's also important to know that being a travel blogger does not mean you have to leave your country, you know, or leave your city. You can be a travel blogger for your area. You know what I mean? Because sometimes being a subject matter expert in a particular area is you're a stronger influencer in that environment. Don't always look at other people and think, oh my God, look at the way they are going to the Seychelles, look at their amazing pictures. Start small with your own and create your little niche and grow from there. How many countries have you been to? I think I've been to over 35. I'm not sure how many, but I will confirm, but around over 35 countries. So I had a question from a lady in Nigeria. She's 22. And she said, oh, first of all, I love you and all these amazing things. I love you too, girl. You know who you are. I would like your advice on making the best of my move. So to put into context, I've lived in Nigeria all my life. I'm a mommy's girl. As the last child, I'm currently having second thoughts. I'm actually scared about moving, as the thought of being in that country alone is quite terrifying. I'm 22 and I've never left home for an extended period of time. Second question, I will also appreciate advice on thriving at my workplace. I want to do really well and excel, and I really do not want to be just another name on the payroll. Number one, how to make the best of your move. I will first say that it is okay to feel scared. Even me, when I've been in boarding school my whole life, and leaving my parents when I was like 15, I went to boarding school at 15 in Scotland. It's tough. It's tough because you're thinking a million things. Will I have friends? Will anyone talk to me? Will I enjoy my new life? Will I adjust to the cold? Because that UK cold, man. Well, it's important for you to know that this is a time of growth for you. Like, when things shift, it's a time of growth. So all you have to do is keep an open mind and tell yourself that, you know what, I don't know what to expect, but I'm going to make the most of it. Because a lot of the times we have the control over whether our experience is good or bad. In terms of adjusting to the country, to the UK, I will tell you that I did this. I joined like clubs. I was playing netball. I joined my community netball club. I went online, found my Hillsong church. I joined connect groups. So many community things that you can do in the UK that makes you still have that Nigerian, like, you know, community feel we have in Nigeria. You just have to put yourself out there. You have the keys to your happiness, regardless of wherever you move to. Feel the fear and do it anyway. That's the quote, yes. So your question about how to thrive in the workplace. First of all, you're 22 and I get it. Like when I first went to JP Morgan, I think I was around 22 then. And I was like, well, how do I thrive? How do I, you know? And when I look back now, I'm just like, how are you stressing yourself, Funke? But I'll tell you, the key things to thrive in the workplace. One, do your job and do it well. You know what I mean? Someone says, get it done at 10 p.m. and you get it done at 5 p.m. Above and beyond when you can. But don't stress yourself too much. Number two, don't be afraid to ask questions, and even if it's stupid questions. Number three, I would say try and reach out to your managers outside of your scope. For example, when I was at JP Morgan, I used to email MDs and have meetings every 2 weeks with a different MD. I'll just email them. I'll say, oh, you know, I saw your profile, it looks amazing. It would be great if I could spend 15 minutes just understanding your journey here, how you got here, and if you have any tips for me, any advice for me. The truth is, people like to talk, and when people like to talk, they like to be praised and they like to be asked questions. But the impression you're going to leave in the mind of those around you is that you are forward-thinking, that you are invested, that you are inquisitive, and that you want to seek value from others. So that is a great way to really stick out in the company. A lady from America, my Facebook sent me this message. She said, hi, I really want to move to Nigeria. How much does it cost to rent there, and what are the jobs like? I have never been anywhere but the United States. This is really a big move for me and 3 kids, but I'm excited to move. Okay, the first thing I'll say here is that I'm excited that you want to move to Nigeria. And the first thing that came to my mind is money. So how much is it to rent there? I don't know about Nigeria as a whole, but I know about Lagos, which is the city I used to live in. And if you want to live in an area that is not super expensive, but is sort of decent and safe, I would choose maybe Lekki. And in Lekki, you're looking at, for a 2-bedroom apartment, about maybe 1.8 million naira per year. And for a 3-bedroom apartment, you're looking at about 3 million naira per year. In Nigeria, we pay yearly for accommodation, so you have to have a huge sum at the beginning of the year to pay for the rest of the year. But bear also in mind that might be additional costs like service charge, electricity charge, water charge, which can really add up. So it's good to make sure you have a decent amount of chunk of money for that. Second question you asked was about how are the jobs in Nigeria? The truth is there's a high unemployment rate, especially for the youth in Nigeria. So jobs can be very, very hard to get, and good jobs even harder to get. I would say to you, make sure you get your job, you get a job before you get to Nigeria. So make sure you secure that job and sign all your documents before you move to Nigeria. Because once you move to Nigeria, two things happen. I feel you lack the leverage on the fact that, oh, you're from the States, because they feel like, oh, you might be desperate. So they might try and undercut and sell, like not give you as much money. And the second is they might also try and pay you in Naira, not dollars. And I think it's important if you can get some of your cash paid in dollars, because unstable currency exchange, especially if you have perhaps commitments in the US that you want to be able to pay for in dollars, you don't want to be transferring and changing Naira to dollars because you lose so much money. So I think that's really important. Also, I would say to you, culture shock. You've never lived anywhere but the US. I feel Nigeria can be a huge culture shock, as in the way people do things are very different. And I think because of you, I'll probably create a video, separate video for that, like the whole culture shock in Nigeria. So stay tuned for that too. But overall, I think you're moving with 3 kids. As in, the number one thing is finances. Nigeria is not like a lot of those maybe South American or Asian countries whereby the cost of living is like so cheap. In Nigeria, the cost of living has risen up. It's expensive, especially if you want to stay in premium areas. So bear that in mind. And I assume because you are coming from the States, the kind of standards of things you might like, you will be paying a lot for it in Nigeria. So bear that in mind. And I really hope that helps. If you have any more questions, just let me know, DM me, or leave a comment below. So I got a message from someone from Ukraine, and the person said, are you in some sort of travel club or something? No, I'm not. I have been watching your videos and you have inspired me to start a travel blog. Okay, thank you. And I'm beginning to like traveling around the world. How can I start? I live in Ukraine. Well, honestly, I think the mistake people make about travel blogs is that they feel you have to go on a flight somewhere to start a travel blog. You can actually do a travel blog in Ukraine, like slowly, like start writing about, you know, where to eat, where to go, how life is there, and slowly build that. There's a lot of content, I'm sure, in Ukraine that people like me, I don't even know, and I would love to learn about, I would love to know, and you can become a subject matter expert in that. So how do you start a travel blog? Get a WordPress site and start writing. That is it. Writing, you know, give us quality pictures, start a nice Instagram page, and just show us, and not only show us, give us value. Give us value. People want to learn from you and not just see pictures. They want to actually learn that if I go to Ukraine, what will I do? You know, share those insights that only you know with us. How do I travel at cheap rates? I did a video on how to travel at cheaper, and I'll leave the link above and in my description box. Also, do companies sponsor travelers? So I think it's similar to the question I answered before. Companies do sponsor travelers, but you have to prove that you have value to give them, whether it's your reach, whether it's your engagement, and you have to just pitch that to them. But yes, guys, that's all the questions I have on my Q&A. I really hope you enjoyed it. I really hope you guys are, you know, happy that I'm back. Let me know the kind of videos you want to see. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you on my next video. Bye.